welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be working on some of the other little bits. As you may have noticed, you may even see it in some of the shots from the last video. We're now missing an exhaust tip. I did go back and retrieve this, but whilst we were out on the test drive, the exhaust tip did fall off. So inside of there's a little bracket which is snapped off, and that went pinging off down the road. But we got that back. So today we're going to be sorting some of the other bits now that it's running properly. So both of the windows don't work, rear lights don't work, rear brake lights don't work, front lights don't work, dashboard lights don't. None of the lights work apart from headlight and this top brake light. Windows don't work. What else have we got? There's a couple of other little bits, but we will get onto that as we go. We're going to start off with getting the lights sorted because it's one of the hopefully easier fixes to do. So let's get on to it. So we do have a little bit of a head start on this one, because Luke did tell me that this light was full of water. So chances are something's shorted out in this tail light. I did put a new fuse in, blew almost instantly. So chances are we've got something wrong in this light. So we're going to whip the light off and see what we can find. Sorry, just whacking the mic. Yeah, so we're going to pop this light off, see what's going on in door number one. Hopefully this will be a nice easy fix, just like the engine, which was annoyingly easy, if that makes sense, because I was hoping to actually get some decent videos out of this car, but everything so far has been surprisingly easy. So yeah, this may be easy as well, which, as much as I don't want it to be for the content side of things, I do kind of want my driveway back. Okay, how are we looking? So obviously I've taken the light out, and here we have come on this way. That's closer to what a bulb should look like, although it's very dusty, but we'll put some new ones in for them. That's not what it should look like. Come on. There we go. Not only with the blackness, that's where the bulb is burnt out, but also the amount of water and crap on it. And that one's not too bad. So at the minute, all we have is the hazards. Well, obviously indicators as well, but bulb wise, it's only those that work. So what I'm going to do, because for instance, if I turn the lights on, absolutely nothing. So what I'm going to do quick is I'm going to put a new fuse in and then see what happens. Although I'm going to take these bulbs, in fact I'll do that now quick. I'm going to take definitely that one because that is shot, and I'll take that one out to be placed safe. I do have fresh bulbs, don't worry, I know, grease, glass, blah blah. I've got fresh ones to put on. So I will put a new fuse in and see if we get working lights now that those bulbs have been removed. So now, if we turn the lights on, we should have no lights. What's going on there? That's because it's blown the fuse again. So we have another short somewhere. The question shall be, where? What's that? Yeah, that's blown the fuse again. Another fuse down. I guess next we'll get out this side light and work on that. I'm not massively worried about the front lights simply because they are completely sealed units. Although actually, tell a lie, you can obviously replace the bulbs. They're not fully sealed, I guess, but I've never really known of the front ones having moisture problems, whereas the back ones are quite bad for moisture problems. So we'll get this one out and see what's going on here behind door number 2. Get that one out. There is something else that needs doing to this car, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. I mean, it runs properly now. I'm fixing the lights at the minute. There's something else. Windows, but that's not what I was thinking of. But they do also need doing. Come on, there we go. Okay. Door number 2 looks just as bad, and there's a... Oh. I will bring you in closer for this because I have a feeling this is going to be good. Okay. Don't know if you can hear that. We got water. So, I will... Oh. Yeah. Might have found your problem. Yeah. I assume these are all going to be, just as bad. Apart from the indicator will be fine because that's a separate unit. And then these are... Oh. Like... This one actually has water in the bulb. So that's not great either. That is... Oh, do that because I have a feeling this glass is going to break on me. Yes. Because what's happened is it's actually kind of fused the terminals. I've sprayed these down with WD-40. I'm going to let them sit for a minute. But good news. So although I haven't been posting videos about it because I've been working on this, I have been doing little bits here and there on my GTO as well, including changing out light bulbs. Stuff like that won't probably end up in the video because it's just tiny little stuff. But I was smart and bought a multi-pack of them because I get trade prices at places. So I bought a whole pack. And it's good that I did because looks like a load of them are going to get used on loops. So this side looks okay. So I'm just going to chuck some new bulbs in there. And on that side, well, obviously got to get the old ones out. Going to use, don't know what he's been using this glove for, but it's now my light bulb in glove. But yeah, so we're going to put some new bulbs in here, and then we shall, come on, that way around, and then that's this side ready to go. So just got to get new bulbs on that side, and then hopefully we shall have working lights again. So I would just like to say, before I start putting, so I've spoke to Luke and we've decided that we're just going to put new sockets on, because these are absolutely destroyed. So I've got new sockets in the light, but before anyone comments on my soldering job, I just want to show what it was like before. It wasn't exactly great, so I'm going to try my best at getting a good job done, but just wanted to say that's what it was before. So yeah, I'll get these new ones soldered on and get back to you. So back again, literally a couple of seconds later. So I don't really know where to begin, but whoever's done the wiring on this before, bear in mind, yes, this is still the old one. I'm not trying to cover myself because I'm going to do it properly, but there is no solder on any of these joints. They've just wound them together and then electrical taped around them. We've got two snipped cables there, which should go down to these, but instead they've done that. They've actually soldered this one onto two black cables that go to I don't know where. That one goes across to over there. I'll dig into that in a little bit and see what's going on with that. Yeah. Oh, okay, nice. I have a feeling they have wired these inner bulbs to be fog lights. So may leave that. I'm going to give Luke a ring, see what he wants me to do. Either way, that one's getting replaced. That one's getting replaced. It's just whether he wants me to reattach them where they should be and get rid of this, or leave that as is. But for now, I will finish wiring these in, and I'll get back to you once it's wired up and see if it's actually fixed anything. So I have finished the wiring job. It's not my best work, but it's better than what was on it. So we've got all three cables connected there, all three cables connected there. I'm leaving this all as it was for the simple reason being that I've worked out what it is. So inside is a switch that I couldn't work out what it does. Turns out now that the lights are working again, just need to put a bulb in that one. It's their rear fog light switch, essentially. So it comes down to here and joins these two, and they do brake and normal light together for fog light for some reason. Like, to be fair, this is actually not far off how we wire our fog lights on our GTOs. The only difference is we only do the brake light one, so you've still got both running lights when your fog lights aren't on. But he decided to do both of them, so it comes down to this one, loops up and around in there, across here, down to this side, and then again does both of them, and he's just left the cables in that bunch. Which, you know, it's their way of doing it. It's not how I would do it, but that's cool. So now I can clean up in there a little bit, and on that side, then put his lights back on, and that is his lights fixed then. So plan has changed again, as my plans seem to always keep on changing. I did put my clocks in and that worked, so I sent his clocks away to the same guy who had my climate control, which I've now also got back, which I'll leave a link to their channel down below, so go check them out if you want, well, basically anything GTO related. There's a tutorial video for basically everything now. And they've fixed his clocks. So now, if we, obviously back to 107, so is his clocks back in. If we turn her on, we now have a rev counter. Yes, that's one more thing fixed for you. We should also, if I whip the lights on, we should have all lights again. So at the back, I've got one there, not that one, because like I remember I said that one's wide as a fog light. We have not that one, but that one, although it's right in the sun so it's hard to see, but it is on. Same as that one, it's a bit hard to see in daylight, but you can make it out. We should have front marker light and headlight, marker light, headlight. And then we should now have front indicator, front fog, front indicator, side indicator. Then we should now have, see the inner ones on as well, inner one on as well, indicator, indicator, and this side fog. So all lights are now working, which is good. That's what we want. Turn all this off. Okay, so all of that is now working. Shows door. I'm going to pull this back together, and then we have his drive shaft fixed, and then this is done. Okay, so now that the lights are fixed, we are going to get the doors, not doors, windows done, because this one doesn't do anything. In fact, I'll show you quickly. Where's key? If you put key in, ignition on, does absolutely nothing, and then that one has just completely come off the rails and doesn't do anything anymore. So all we need is there's screws around the edge and some behind the carpet and one in there. We'll get door card off and see why the window doesn't work. So now that we've got the door card off, we can see why the window doesn't work. It obviously broke at some point, hence why the cable's kind of dangling. And they've put a bit of wood to hold the window open. So I wouldn't mind betting that if we take this bit of wood out, which, oh, they've packed it in the bottom as well. Oh yeah, as I thought, the window now kind of just does what it wants. Well, got your window down. It's not how it's supposed to go. So if we bring it back up a little bit, we can see where the cables should be running. But yeah, that's quite broken. So what we're going to do is we will remove the entire window mechanism, because in the boot Luke has kindly provided some new ones. So we will get those fitted and I will come back to you once they're all on. I'm going to try and change out the regulators without removing the window, because all we're replacing is that middle rail, not the outer two rails. So I'm hoping I can just disconnect the window from here, get this lot out, and then get the new one in without having to remove the whole window. But we will see how it goes. So all we've got to remove is that bolt there, that one there. These are all nice and easy to get off though. That one, and then we have that one, that one, and that one. Okay, so I've got what's left of the regulator out. So that's the rail that it rides up and down. That's the part that should be clipped onto there. That's the part that should be on the bottom of there, but it's also broken off. Here's what's left of the motor, but that bit's also ripped out of there. And that cable's broken as well. So that can all go in the bin. And here we have a new one, which is all attached as it should be, which I'm now going to get in, reattach the window, hopefully all nice working window. But yeah, that's the plan, and I will get back to you once it's all, well, once the rail's on, and then we can give it a test. Okay, so we've got the new regulators in. Well, I forgot to film before putting this on, but you can see new regulators in there, old regulator there. Put what's left of his membrane back on, although it was ripped up to shreds. But we've put back on what we can. The other side looks very nice. So all that's left now, door card back on, and then we can put it all back together, and that's that. So I'll get back to you once it's all back together. So now, got everything back together, we should, not only does he now have working warning lights, but we should now also have working windows. Do go up as well, and the automatic function works. The rubbers are a little bit dry because it's been sat there for ages unused, but they will loosen up as it goes. I've greased all the rails as well, and my lovely partner has done the other side. So that is yet another job done. Next, we have to work out why. What was next? There's something else that's next, but I'll get back to you once we start it because I can't remember what it is. Alrighty, so we've got his wheel off. Wow, some really nice wheels. I wouldn't mind a set of them. So luckily these rears aren't actually too bad to get out. It's 4 bolts this end, and then if I remember correctly, it leaves you enough room for the drive shaft to come down here, and then they just pull out of the rear diff. If it's going to focus, probably not. Yeah, there you go. It just pulls out, and then it's this inner boot that we've got to change, obviously, because it's shot. So I shall get those undone, get this drive shaft out, and then I will come back to you when it's time to change the boot over, because filming this whilst doing it under here is not going to be fun whilst filming, so I will get back to you once it's out. I've got the drive shaft out, but normally I don't. Obviously, for the people who don't know, when you take drive shafts out, they're supposed to come out in one piece. This one, as I was getting it out of the diff, it decided that it wants to separate into 2 pieces. And I mean, there was no try at all, it literally just came apart. So yeah, it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to stay in there with at least some force. So that's not great. But on the plus side, it does make my life a little bit easier in the sense of getting the old boot off is going to be nice and easy. But luckily, good old Luke, and thanks to Blueprint and Febby Bilstein, we have new grease, new ring, and I believe there was another one. It obviously fell out of the bag, but we have one new boot, because that's what it should look like, not in 2 pieces like that one. So I will get that swapped over, get all the drive shaft back together, and again I'll then get back to you once it's all together and ready to go in, simply because I have no one here to help film today, so I am doing it all by myself. And my tripod, well, I've lost it, so I have no way of holding you guys up whilst I do it, which is why I'm like jumping apart, and it just keeps things moving a bit quicker. So yeah, I'll get this all back together, and don't worry, yes, I will put the grease in. Yeah, and I will get back to you once it's ready to go back in. Alrighty, so after much fighting, finally got the actual bearing part and clip off of there. So now what we can do is get new boot onto the shaft, which is always a bit of a pain to get back in, but they will go. Just give them a bit of a dunk. There we are, new boot on. Now we can get that back on, the end back on, clips, happy days. Okay, so drive shaft is all put back together with a nice new boot on it. Yes, I did squeeze all of the grease out, and I even put some extra in out of a tub that I've got just to make sure it's nice and well greased. Now we just get drive shaft back in, wheel on, car down, and then we're done, minus a good wash. I can't think of anything else that needs to be done to it. Yeah, so get this back together, and then he can come pick up his car. I mean, there is a couple of little bits that I've done off camera because there's literally nothing to film about them, but that's all right. Like when I say little bits, I mean literally little bits, like taking off bits of tape they wanted removing and everything. Hopefully might even get some work done on that. That's been sat there for about half a year now because I took it off the road over winter to fix it. Other stuff came up, including this, so it didn't get fixed. But yeah, so gonna get drive shaft back in, and I will get back to you once it's in again. So as you can see, wheel is on. That basically concludes this, well, very short series, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of tiny bits that I'm not going to bother filming because there is literally nothing to film. But yeah, she's ready to go. So I am going to give Luke a call now, let him know that his beloved baby that is missed is finally ready to go home. Yeah, it's literally it. It's been a pleasure having it, and thank you, massive thank you again to Luke for trusting me with it. But as much as I've enjoyed having it, I want my driveway back. So yeah, Luke, if you can come and get it, that'd be great. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Again, as usual, don't forget to like, subscribe. Channel's slowly starting to pick up progress. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. I will be doing more videos. Well, got to finish getting mine ready because that got put on hold whilst I got this done. Got new car that needs some bits doing to it. Again, maybe some bits on that. Let me know what you want to see and we will go from there. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your week.